Hello everybody, I am Creeper and today I'm back with a brand new video. Today we are talking about Doctor Who, as always, but this time we've got some more interesting stuff to discuss and yes, some more actual Series 11 stuff. And we're not talking about merchandise or figures, and we're not talking about any box set releases or anything boring and statistical like that. We are talking new, exclusive first pictures from the show that are official releases, not leaked on the internet for any old reason. This is released by Entertainment Weekly with their first look exclusive things. They do this with TV shows and such. They did it with Westworld, they did it with a few other series and films as well, where they have their exclusive first looks of what the film or TV show is going to look like. So there are 3 shots from the show that we're going to have a look at today, along with a magazine cover with Jodie Whittaker on the front. So yeah, let's just talk about it bit by bit and try and discuss which episode it might be and sort of base off what might be happening and what the people are. So our first image here is very, very exciting indeed. So it's got the full Tardis team for the first official photo to ever come out of this series that is properly. It's got the Tardis Crew. It's got the Tardis Crew. Some actual promo material we're seeing here, and it's amazing to finally get our eyes on it. So let's talk about it. So there's Jodie Whittaker there with Mandip Gill, Tosin Cole, Bradley Walsh. The whole Tardis team are there. The new 2018 Tardis team in Chibnall's era. I'm excited. I'm really, really excited. This looks great. So we're going to try and talk about what episode this might be. There's not too much going on. They all seem to be staring at a similar thing, worryingly, especially Jodie Whittaker, who looks like, oh god. So it seems like something must have happened, or someone's coming towards them maybe. I'm not quite sure, but it's interesting nevertheless. Looking at the background, it seems like sort of a foresty type vibe we're getting. This brings bells for me straight away. I think this could be the Witches episode. We saw set shots of Jodie Whittaker and Mandip Gill on set at a sort of medieval village type witch location in the middle of a sort of woodland, so I believe this might be that very episode. I'll have to double check what Mandip Gill's costume is from the set photos in that episode, but I believe this is that one, mainly because it just seems sort of like a very woody type environment. You've got smoke coming out of the background there. That could be a crashed ship, or it could be a sort of natural sort of medieval type chimney fire or something, that someone's just smoking something. Someone's big vape. I don't know. It's very, very exciting nevertheless to have this first official photo. Anyway, on to the next one. So here is a certain one, and I have a few theories about this one. So looking at it we can see. So here's our second official one. We have a few things to talk about here. So here's the 3 companions again. We've got Yasmin, Ryan and Graham. They're all just sort of standing there looking at something. They seem confused. I have a feeling Jodie Whittaker could probably be doing something at this point, interfering with something, and they're all like, oh my god, what? And I feel like this is episode 2 or 3, and there's few reasons behind that. Mainly because that was the block of filming that was filmed in South Africa, and it seems that they are in South Africa, and I'm not just talking about the intense lighting on that scene with the sun, but also the car in the background, in the bottom right corner. You can kind of make out a sort of 50s vehicle, as well as Bradley Walsh's costume. You may remember from the first set photo that we got, taken from a sort of cafe very near where they were filming, you could see Jodie Whittaker as 50s car, and you could see a character in a sort of red shirt, and I believe that is the red polo shirt that Bradley Walsh is wearing here. It all kind of adds up and it all kind of makes sense, so I would put proper money on this being that episode, the one that's based in the 50s or 60s or whatever, presumably the Rosa Parks episode. So whatever's happening, it seems like Jodie Whittaker must be interfering with something for the first time, and they are sort of like, wow, okay, what's going on here? So they kind of look shocked and surprised and sort of, you know, moderately confused in a way. So that's always good. It's a nice. This feels like it could be at the beginning of the series. And moving on to the last shot here we have, before talking about the magazine cover, is our new Tardis team looking round the 13th Doctor as she makes something. Now, this is a bit odd, this one, so they all sort of look sort of intrigued, not so much confused. Bradley Walsh looks like he's going to grin, but Jodie Whittaker looks like she's making something. We know it can't be the screwdriver because of the leaked photos obviously showing her in a different environment by herself in Capaldi's outfit, so we know it can't be that, so it must be some sort of other device. This sort of photo reminds me of Sound of the Drums, when David Tennant makes the the thing with the Tardis keys. I can't remember what it's called now. I'm not even going to try and waste time trying to remember it. But yeah, when they're talking about Gallifrey and eating chips and talking about Torchwood and stuff, kind of reminds you of that, because they sort of spent there was a bit of a building montage there as well. So I kind of feel like that could be a very similar thing. Whatever it is, it's giving off a very strong light, which is projecting onto Jodie's face there, very Time Lordy in my opinion there. But yeah, it's a good shot. I'm quite happy with that. It looks good. I think it looks good. Now we're moving on to the magazine cover. So here's something a little bit more interesting that we can talk about. Oh my god, she is the Doctor. I put this on Twitter. She is the Doctor. This photo solidifies it. It's like, that's the Doctor, you know? There's no confused look. There's no lack of confidence there. That is the Doctor in full confidence. The TARDIS in the background, let's talk about that first. So the TARDIS in the background looks very classic. The design, the sort of scuff marks, maybe not scuff marks as such, but the sort of graded and used effect of it. It looks much darker than on previous shoots, which is very, very exciting. You can sort of see a glow coming from the inside, which is again equally as exciting. It looks more of a classic box than a modern box, so that's very, very exciting. I am a big fan of the classic box as opposed to the modern ones. The modern ones do feel quite fat in comparison to the classic ones, but knowing already that this TARDIS prop is smaller in comparison to fit Jodie's stature, it looks good. I'm really, really happy with how the TARDIS looks this time round, and I'm very, very excited about it. Talking about Jodie herself, hands in pockets, very much reminiscent of Capaldi on one of his first photo shoots, where he has his hands in his pockets and he has the sort of inner lining of the coat showing behind his hands, and I kind of get that vibe here with the sort of hands in pockets looking at the camera. There's a slight bit of a grin there, but not too much. I'm a big fan of it. You can kind of see a little bit more of the earrings in this, and a little bit more of the bracelets and the costume, and I've got to be honest, the costume is growing on me. This shot makes it feel very Doctor-y. I think the reveal shot that they used was quite unfortunate, because it didn't really seem to work for me personally. It just sort of felt a bit like, yeah, I like the costume, but it's sort of like, it looks a bit weird. But this just solidifies that the costume is good. I mean, even if you don't like it and you're not so keen on it, it's still a very Doctor-y costume, in my opinion. You know, if you're going to even accept Colin Baker's as a Doctor-y costume, you've got to accept this. It's got the coat, it's got the braces, it's got some colours in it, you know. It's very unique, and that's kind of what a Doctor's costume should be. And I know Peter Capaldi changed his every now and then. It wasn't exactly a fixed costume like previous Doctors, but I feel like Jodie Whittaker's going to very much have a Matt Smith vibe with her costumes, so she's just going to have sort of a very definitive costume set, maybe give or take a bum bag or two. But yeah, that's pretty much all I can talk about here. I'm very, very excited, and I'm really, really over the moon to see new Doctor Who stuff, new Doctor Who news, pictures, anything. And it seems like the closer we get to Comic-Con, the more that's coming out. The last 3 days, I've actually made a video on the spot of like, oh my god, here's new Doctor Who stuff. And it is actually quite exciting, especially yesterday with all the 13th Doctor merchandise, today with all the new pictures of the series. I mean, there have been other stuff as well. They're presumably filming the Christmas special at the minute, but there's no concrete sort of proof that that is Doctor Who, so I'm not going to jump onto that like I have done with previous things, but presumably they are filming a Christmas special at the moment. There's quite a few things going around, and this is just the biggest one, and I'm very, very happy to be able to report this. So yeah, that's pretty much it from me. If you want to see me reporting more stuff, I mean, subscribe to the channel, check out the older videos. You might have missed something in the Doctor Who news community, so go and check it out. I almost certainly will have posted something about it. If you want to be updated almost exactly when these news things come out, then please do subscribe to the channel, because I do try as hard as I can to get anything out, anything at all. So yeah, very, very excitable. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please do leave a like, comment below and tell me your opinions on the costume, the shots, the cinematic style of the series. Tell me what you think about these photos. I personally adore them. I'm so excited. If you haven't already, please do subscribe to the channel. Make sure you join the Discord if you want to join in the conversation about Doctor Who and other sci-fi things. Check out the Patreon if you want to support the channel, and check all my social media accounts in the description below if you want to hear my opinions elsewhere. Have a lovely day, and I will see you all next time. Bye bye.